Hey everybody, it's Big Ant here, and today I'm making a video to show you guys the inner workings of my infinity illusion that I put in the back of the hearse. I had a lot of people ask me how I did that, so what I'm going to do is today I'll take off the front mirror and show you guys exactly how I built it. The lanterns aren't on right now, so I apologize for that, and I still need to take the stickers off the bottom of the lanterns there before Halloween, obviously. But what I'll do is I'll show you how big the box is, how I made it, a few key things here. A lot of people ask me how big the box is. The box is 2 feet deep and it's 36 inches wide by 48 inches tall. It's a rather large box. And messing around with it, I found that 2 feet gave me the optimal, I guess, illusion, I guess you could say. I found that anything shorter than 2 feet kind of made the illusion a little wonky in that it just repeated too much too quickly. So I found that 2 feet gave me just the right amount of space to allow me to put things inside the box without making the illusion too repetitive to the point to where it was obvious to tell that it was a infinity illusion. So as you can see here, I've got everything set up. I've got the bones in the bottom, the skulls on the wall, and the lanterns. And another thing I found too is you don't want anything to be too unique. Like originally when I was doing this, I had like a skeleton rib cage on the bottom there and like a single skull. And for me personally, I felt it kind of ruined the illusion because you could see that ribcage and skull repeat infinitely in the same spot over and over and over again. So the idea of really to making the illusion look really cool, in my opinion anyway, is to make nothing too unique. Make everything kind of uniform so that when it does repeat, it doesn't look out of place and you know, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, sorry. But anyway, so let me go ahead and take this mirror off and show you guys what it looks like. Oh, and another thing here. The way I built this, a lot of people have asked me too, is this is actually using plexiglass. The front and mirror both, the front and rear mirror both are pieces of plexiglass that I bought at HomeDepot, and I put the Gila mirror tint on it. Some people were saying that that won't work with plexiglass. I did it. I haven't had any problems with it, and I built this thing probably 4 or 5 months ago now at this point, and it's been sitting in the garage since, and it hasn't given me any problems. The film adhered to the plexiglass really well. I did clean everything first, and I really took my time laying that laying the film on there, and really make sure you've got a good squeegee. There are actual squeegees made just for applying tint. I was lucky enough to have a friend of mine lend me one. I highly recommend using the proper squeegee when putting the tint on. Don't just try to use like a credit card or anything else. You know, make sure you get the proper squeegee. That really did help. And really just make sure everything is as wet as possible, using the, you'll see where you buy the tint at Home Depot, there's a bottle of a special adhesive spray or something like that. Make sure you buy that and just make everything super wet. I sprayed liberal amounts of it on the plexiglass as well as the film itself, and just, it really makes it a lot easier to work with when everything has a lot of moisture to it, and then just allow it a good amount of time to dry. One of the neat things about using the plexiglass here was that because it's flexible, I was able to actually bend the rear mirror inward, making it kind of convex, I guess, right? If I remember my science class correct, so it's not concave, it would be convex then. By doing that, actually makes the illusion appear to go a whole lot further than it did when both mirrors were flat. Because you're pushing that focal point of the rear mirror closer to the front mirror, it instantly adds to the illusion. You can kind of see that if I press here on the front mirror. Let me show you guys real quick. See that? See how when I press on the front mirror, it adds a lot more depth to it. So I'm getting a lot of extra depth from this by having the rear mirror pushed towards the front one. And I did that by putting a board across the back. And I just started using popsicle sticks right in the middle of the mirror. And the reason I was using popsicle sticks was I wanted to be able to put a few in at a time to kind of see what worked best, to make sure I didn't push it too much or not enough, and that allowed me enough adjustability to get it to look the way I wanted to. So I was really happy with the way that came out. So let me go ahead and get this front mirror off, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright, so now I've got the front mirror off, and you can see me as well as the incredibly messy garage now behind me, well, rather behind the camera, I should say. And so what you're looking at is just the back mirror and the inside of the box with the skulls and the bones and the lanterns. As I mentioned, the box is rather large. It is 2 feet deep by, what did I say again, 36 across and 48 tall. And the reason I built this so big was mostly because I just wanted the illusion to be just on a grand scheme. You know, I really wanted it to seem like larger than life, and I really think people are going to get a big kick out of it this year. But overall, I'm super thrilled with how it came out. I'm really happy with the lighting. That was something else I played around a lot with. The lanterns look really cool when they're turned on, and you can see them fading into the distance as well. But overall, that's it. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. You can either post them right here on the YouTube video, email me, contact me. I'm pretty accessible. And as always, thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.